There's somebody at the door. We should go check that out.
Well, I heard it knock, didn't you? Hello? Oh, welcome. Hello, come on in. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you could make it. Come on in. I'm so glad that you guys could make it on this wonderful celebration of Judy Garland. No, that's not it. It's me. So tell me, do I look a day over 56? Never mind. Hi Keith, how are you? So what I wanted to do was just share my love of music, which sometimes comes out well, sometimes doesn't, but I have been surrounded by love today, and I just want to kind of give a little bit back. Oh, but before we go, of course we have to have a little bit of class about us. So, there we go. If you would. To those who love us, and to those who don't. And to those who don't, may God twist their ankles so that we know who they are by their limping. So here we go. So if you know me, you know that church music is a big deal. But church music can be so exciting sometimes that it's hard for people to just listen to it straightforward. So you have to improvise on it. I have improvised it in such ways that the entire congregation has come up to me afterwards and said, I've never heard anything like that before. And I take it as a great compliment. I'm sure that's how they meant it. This is just one of my favorite. It's an all-American hymn. If you know it, please stand and sing the correct words. Unlike Beyonce, no, never mind. We'll skip that one. I love Beyonce, but still. If you ever found yourself in Ogdensburg, New York, at some point between 1982 and 1980, I have fabulous Trish. Everybody say hello to Trish. This is my fabulous neighbor. Hi, Trish. This is everybody.
Happy birthday, David!
Thank you. I have the most fabulous neighbors in the world. But so you may know this. If you were ever in the chapel at Wadhams Hall Seminary College from 1982 to 1986, you heard this at least 10,000 times as the bishop turned during an important service and said, "Play something." So this is what it usually ended up sounding like. Convinced that that's all the music that he needed, you come to a community crowd and realize he so wants you to more. Fun, wonderful times. That was from anyone out there? Chariots of Fire. You remember that one, don't you? So, the very first classical music I ever fell in love with was the Philharmonic of Philadelphia Philharmonica. The Philadelphia Philharmonic, under the direction of Leonard Bernstein, doing a piece from the Messiah. It was "For unto us a child is born." This is a fabulous new script that my dear friend Jennifer gave me from Kevin's family last Christmas, because the original one I had, everyone, was lost in the fire. But anyways, this is a piece that I practiced for Christmas Eve one year. I played it, and I just love it. It's a intermission between the Christmas version and the Easter songs of Handel's Messiah. It's called the Pastoral Symphony. that's all there is on that one. As we go into classical music, one would always think, of course, classical music means that it's written down and we follow it as it's written. I got the improvisation bug really quick, so if any of this sounds like something you've heard before but not quite, please don't tell any of the composers, because I pretty much mess up anything that I play. But I hope you enjoy this. This is a very complicated piece. I need everyone to please just be quiet, turn your cell phones off, whatever it is, that racket is in the back. Is that Kevin? Because this is it's very difficult. So if you guys, thank you. I told you. Who is it that's talking back there? I am trying so hard to concentrate on. So it goes on like that for a while, and then. Hey, look over there. Did she say this was a concert or a rehearsal? Oh, now that's not the complete version, so they left some out, but that's not my fault. Okay, so moving right along. And then, when I was 5, I wrote this. Ma'am, the call is coming from inside the house. impressive. So I don't want to overwhelm people with my prowess on that. All right, this of course is Bach, who I love. I have loved from an early age. It was Mrs. Irene Flavin who began my journey with, she's not the one in the cap and gown, that's me, with music. Irene Flavin taught me piano and life and the correct way to sit and to finger, to curl one's fingers when playing, and she gave me Bach. Both, it's in the music and also this little guy. So this, you don't see this everywhere. Now, okay, this has a story. When I was a little boy in my parish, we had an organist who would play Widor's Toccata and Fugue after Easter and Christmas every year, and I loved it. And I swore one day I would learn how to play it. Well, it goes something like this. Thus, I, to this day, can't do it. So to convince myself that it's just as difficult and just as impressive to play, I have put on this side what I like to play to impress people. So I've already put out the expectation to be impressed. Okay, see? Oh my God. Again, if I just keep going on like this, you'll think it's all about me. It's all about Bach, and he's dead. So that's for that. Let's see. I promise you, I practice these things. I really did. Handel was known for a lot of things, but he did two variation pieces, which I love, and I hope you do too. This is only one. I'm not going to do one of them. final section of this evening's performance will be everybody's favorite. It may not be the wedding you dreamed of, but it will be the wedding you should have. These are pieces that I learned while trying to cover the fact that we didn't know where the bride was, the flower girl was drunk, or some such nonsense was going, so that we couldn't get the couple down the aisle. You can stretch these out as long as you like. I hope you have fun with them. And if I ever played at your wedding and messed anything up, it was somebody else's fault. So, today's a day, well, for me, but I hope for you, every day is a day where we look at the lives and the people that have brought us to this day, and the lives, the stories of our lives and how they interact, and I hope it brings you joy. This piece I have struggled with, it's an Easter hymn. It's called, and Easter, you think, hippity hoppity, Jesus has come back and he didn't scare anybody, and here's some chocolate. This is an old Easter hymn, and Easter music should, I guess, make us happy. But Easter changes our lives. Our lives get bumped around. Our lives get sideswiped. You may not know this, but stuff happens, and the life that comes after it, the way we live after our friends and our loved ones who are there for us, it looks and it sounds different than it ever did before. As stuff keeps happening to us these days, I pray that whatever it is that you're going through brings you to a different way of seeing, and it's all good, a different way of seeing yourself, or the love that you have to give, or the blessing that you are. Because that's a struggle and work. This is not a hippity-hoppity Easter song, but it comes from the heart. So this is my current translation of it. It's called in Latin Ophilii Ophiliae, which is sons and daughters. I call it problem children. whenever we have a large group together like this, I have to tell you where the fire exits are. So for those of you who have forgotten, since Easter and Christmas, thank you so much for joining me on this. If the story of our lives are really cool, mine is because of each one of you, because it involves characters like you. May your story continue to go on each day, and I'll see you again soon. So, no rose petals on the way out, no birdseed, just have a great evening.